To make my earwarmers, I will be using the Bernat Forever Fleece yarn. This is a category 6 super bulky weight yarn, and along with this, I'm going to be using an 8mm hook, and this hook is a size down from the recommended hook size on the label. You can find the full details on the yarn in the description. Along with your yarn and your hook, you're going to be needing your tape measure, scissors, and a tapestry needle. So go ahead, grab your supplies, and let's get started. To start my earwarmer, I'm going to be making a chain that is 19 inches long, and I'm working with a head circumference of 22 inches. When I'm making a earwarmer or say a hat, I always make it a few inches smaller than the head circumference that I'm working towards, just so that when the piece is stretched over the head, it sits nicely and doesn't start to slide off. So as I said, I'm working with a head circumference of 22 inches, so I'm going to make my chain 19 inches long. And I'm going to leave down in the description a link to the Craft Yarn Council Knit and Crochet Standards, because those are the standard measurements that I'm using to make this head earwarmer. So you can just go down in the description and check that out. So to start, I'm just going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to make my chain 19 inches long. So go ahead and make your chain, and I'll meet you once I have my chain complete. I've completed my chain, and I'm just going to measure it out to make sure it is at 19 inches. Yep, and I'm good to go. And what you also want to do is, once you've made your chain, just pick it up and wrap it around your head to make sure that it will fit. And if it's too loose, then you can remove a few chains. If it's too tight, you can add a few chains. So just wrap it around your head to make sure it fits nicely. And now for our first row, we're going to be working a row of half double crochet. We will be working in the bottom bump of our chain, just so that the bottom edge and the top edge of our earwarmer looks nice and neat. So we're going to skip our first chain and work a half double crochet under the bottom bump of the second chain. So just yarn over and insert into that second chain, work a half double crochet. And now we're going to work a half double crochet in each chain all the way across. So go ahead and work a half double crochet in each chain, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, so I finished my row of half double crochet, and now I'm going to turn my work. And row 2 will be our repeat row. So we're going to chain 1, and in this first stitch, we're going to work a front loop only half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and under this front loop. So you have the 2 loops at the top of the stitch, front loop, back loop. We're working under the front loop only. So insert your hook under the front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And now in the next stitch, you're going to be working a back loop only half double crochet. So yarn over and under the back loop only, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And we're going to do that again. In the next stitch, we'll work our front loop only half double crochet. So working under the front loop, we work a half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, we will work a back loop only half double crochet, and that's how we're going to work across the row, alternating front loop only, back loop only. So front loop half double crochet, back loop half double crochet, alternating those all the way across the row. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end of the row. I finished my row 2, and it doesn't matter if you end on a front loop or a back loop stitch, it doesn't matter. So now we're going to turn our work, and from this point we're going to repeat row 2, which is alternating front loop half double crochet, back loop only half double crochet, all the way across the row, and we're going to continue working until our earwarmer measures 4.5 inches. So I'll start this row with you. So chain 1. In the first stitch, you're going to work a front loop only half double crochet. And in the next stitch, you will work a back loop only half double crochet. And that's how you're going to continue working across the rows. So go ahead and finish off this row and then work until your earwarmer is 4.5 inches, and then I'll meet you to sew it together. Okay, so I'm almost finished with my earwarmer. I have worked it and I measured it out, and it is now 4.5 inches wide. So once your piece is 4.5 inches wide, we're ready to sew it together. And I fastened off, leaving a long tail to sew it together. So that's what you need to do. Once you are all done, then just fasten off, leaving a long tail. And now I'm going to grab my tapestry needle and I'm going to put it on my tail. Then I'm going to take both ends and bring them together and fold it to make the twist. However, if you don't like the twist in the front, you can bring the ends together and just sew your seam together and then you'll be finished. But if you want to do the twist, we're going to take the ends together like this, and we're going to sort of offset them like this, halfway up, and then wrap one end around this way and the other one around this way. And then we're going to grab our tapestry needle and we're just going to sew it together using the whip stitch. And you just want to make sure you're going through all the sides of your stitches and just continue doing that, making sure you're grabbing 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces together, not missing anything. And then just continue whip stitching all the way across. So just go ahead and do that, and then I will meet you once I am finished sewing it together. Okay, now I'm finished sewing it together, and I usually go across one way and then come back, and then I will take these two ends here, and I'm just going to tie them together once, not twice, because you don't want a big knot, and then I'll weave in both the ends. And once you've finished sewing it together and you've woven in all your ends, then you're just going to unfold your ear warmer like this. And then you're all done. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and bye for now.